What's going on, you guys? JoePapi here, and I've wanted to make this video for a little while, to be honest. Normally, I like to stay pretty positive when it comes to Persona. I love the games. They're my favorite games that exist. I just think they're so good. Really well written, really amazing worlds that are built. There's so many positive things I could say about Persona, but fortunately today's not that kind of day. Today we are doing my most controversial Persona takes. This video will have spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers of Persona 5 and Persona 3, I suggest actually skipping. Take number one, Ryuji deserved it. Ryuji deserved it. You don't know what I'm talking about. At the end of the base Persona 5 game, Ryuji makes this amazing save, running with his bum leg, finally able to save the team and be useful with his leg. He then has this moment where he is exploded and nearly dies. It's written in as if he died. The rest of the crew gets out alive, and it's like, where's Ryuji? And when this happened for me, my first thought was, there's no way Ryuji died. Ryuji can't die. I would know that by now. I would have been spoiled of that 100%. Ryuji's fine. He's not dead. And then An starts like crying over Ryuji being dead. Props to the voice actress, because it hit me and I was like, wait, Ryuji might actually be dead? Wow, Ryuji really just died. That's one of the saddest things ever. And then he just stumbles, he just waltzes back up, acts like nothing bad happened, and goes, hey, what's everyone crying about? And when he came back and waltzed up like that, I got mad, I got angry, and so did the characters. They all jumped and beat the shit out of Ryuji. There's actually a cut scene that they got rid of, and I wish I saw that version because I was very upset as well. And whatever mind trickery classic anime trope they did there, it worked on me. It was one of the first times I've ever seen that trope, so I would have probably done the same thing, or at least just been angry. At the very least, I would have had a level of angriness. I don't know if I would have actually beat him up, right? I don't know. I mean, I totally understand, you know, oh, you beat up your friend. I get it. I get why people hate that scene, but I don't think I've ever had a story make me feel that way and match the character's feelings in that same exact way. So I don't know. I really like that scene. I think it's great. One of my favorite scenes. All right, take number two. Ken killed Shinji. If you guys don't know, Shinji's Persona caster killed Ken's mom. His Persona caster is erratic for some reason. Like, there's really no explanation why his persona is erratic at all. It just is. Really, they really never explained why his persona is erratic. If someone knows, please tell me. You know, all these years later, Ken joins the group, becomes good friends with Shinji. They go to like this festival together in the movies. They're getting real close because, I mean, obviously Shinji's this deep guilt over what happened, and you know, he wants to make sure the kid's okay. Ken catches wind that Shinji actually is the person that killed his mom, so Ken wants revenge. So Ken has revenge arc going on. He asks Shinji to meet him somewhere during an operation, one of the boss fights. Shinji and Ken meet up in a weird dark alleyway, and Ken has the plan to kill Shinji. Ken literally sets up an event to kill Shinji. Ken threatens Shinji with his life. Shinji basically says, go ahead and kill me, I deserve it anyway. Then Ken is like, what? If you just want to die, what's the point? Fair enough, all fair. And then Takaya comes along, threatens both of them. I think he's trying to figure out who the navigator is. So Ken just says he's the navigator, I believe, because he's kind of over life or something like that. Shinji jumps in front of Ken as he's about to get shot and is now left bleeding out to die. There's this amazing dramatic moment that happens where Shinji's dying, Ken is upset, Akihiko comes back, you know, there's this awesome scene. This is how it should be. One of the greatest scenes in Persona 3, in my opinion. And Shinji unfortunately passes away, goes to heaven. It's a really good scene, but all of this could have been avoided if Ken didn't originally invite Shinji to this dark alley in the middle of the dark hour, where Takaya could just waltz up and shoot both of them. It's one of those things, like, people like to say there's nuance to it. I don't think there is. Ken's goal was to kill Shinji, and Shinji died at the end. It wasn't Ken who killed Shinji. Ken had this moment of, oh shit, like, I fucked up afterwards. But dude, if the Persona 3 cast knew what Ken did in its totality, I doubt they would have even accepted him back into the group, because this dude just killed Shinji, like, bro. And I don't know, there's this weird line from Mitsuru where she's like, Shinji would have died either way because of his addiction, but I just honestly don't see that. I feel like if you beat the game and you defeat death in the end, like, I just feel like Shinji would have been fine. It's one of those things. Ken killed Shinji. There's really not much more to it. Like, Ken killed Shinji, guys, just so you know. All right, controversial take number 3. The remakes are better than the originals. Now, Hear me out. Hear me out. The first game I played, Persona 5 Royal. Second game I played, Persona 3 Reload. Fourth game I played, Persona 4 Golden. I'm not counting Golden as a remake. I know it's a remake. I know it's basically Royal. Persona 4 Revival will be better than Persona 4 Golden. I fucking said it. There is a way they can mess this up, obviously. They can take things out and it will make the game worse. Even if we're just looking at Persona 4 as a Persona 4 Golden, Golden is so much better. The post-game, better music, the more story content in Persona 5 Royal, the intertwining stories, the counselor, Sumire, all these things that I didn't even know were additions were just like normal to me because it was my first experience. I'm so glad I played it first because I definitely wouldn't have liked to replay Persona 5 just to get those little experiences, which are amazing. So Persona 3 Reload versus 3, I guess that one is a little more controversial. There are definitely things in base Persona 3 that I even like more, like the anime cutscenes are better in some ways. Even the opening cutscene in the game, I think just looks better. Now, even for Revival, like people are worried it's looking undercooked, not really much going on under the hood right now. People are worried they're gonna rush it, which fair enough, but I think Atlas knows where their money lies, and I think they know that with Persona they have this IP that deserves care and attention. We're gonna be fine, guys. I think Persona 4 Revival is gonna be great. The worst thing they could do is take a few things out, take a few bad aged lines out. It really was true to life to what life was like in high school back then, but we'll see what happens. Next controversial take, the gameplay still sucks. I never had this opinion until after I beat Royal. Actually, let me run that back. Once you fully understand how the gameplay works, it's not that much of a challenge. All you have to do is grind and level up to be able to get to the next section and beat the next area. Yeah, you might have to go back and level up a little more, but that's it. That's all it really is. Even on hard mode in a lot of games, there's very few times where it feels like satisfying. There's just something about the gameplay that they haven't perfected yet, and dude, I don't have the answer. I'm just gonna be honest. It's one of those things, like if there was an easy answer, they would have answered it by now. The baton pass was a good idea. Like there's certain things they're trying their best, but mainly what I mean is when you're trying to do a new game plus in these games, it's very much so just not a fun gameplay experience at all. And once you play enough of the games, it's like you got to put it up in hard mode to even have a decent time. Like it's one of those things they just have not figured it out. I hope they do, because I do really love like the gameplay doesn't suck. Okay, I said it sucks. It doesn't suck. All right, I love it, but it's one of those things where it becomes played out and obvious eventually once you understand all the nuances. And this is coming from someone who was stuck on the Okumura boss for 8 months, especially the new game plus aspect. With Raido Kuzunoa, they added actually a New Game Plus difficulty enhancement. So when you play New Game Plus, the game becomes harder than the normal hard difficulty. Everything is increased in difficulty, which I think if they implement that in Persona 6, that'll be amazing. Like that's definitely a really good sign in the right direction. Although I don't know what it is, guys. Maybe you can come up with some crazy solution to the gameplay here. Like it's beautiful, it's really great, but it becomes repetitive and obvious in the long run what to do, unless you're playing like P3P as difficulty. I don't know. Come on, you all have had the experience where I gotta go to Mementos, I gotta go to the palace, I gotta go to Tartarus. You do get this like Band of Brothers feeling with the cast after all these battles. And finally, to wrap it all up, this controversial take video, just gotta say, you guys, Yosuke did nothing wrong. Also, the Persona music is better than the games.